It's a beautiful bacon day, Cookie Crusaders. Today we're going to talk about the Disney collection buffs. Now, I'm sure that some of you have already looked at some of this section, but I did want to go through this and cover why it's important and what I believe you should be shooting for if you're trying to get specific things. If you have favorite Disney cookies, 100% go for those first. You want to have what you enjoy first, so I don't want to sway you away from that. But I do want to at least cover the buffs and what you can get and what's going to be awesome for you. So, the first one, probably one of the most relevant, the Mickey and Friends. We're going to talk about them first and then my recommendations. So this one's the Fountain of Abundance production speed. Now what that means is that you will get extra EXP jellies, extra radiant shards, extra materials, a whole bunch of fun things. Because the thing is, it doesn't change the speed of the actual fountain time. So the fountain time is still the collection time that is set for your specific level of fountain, but the amount of resources that are produced during that time are increased. So that's really a nice thing. So we'll talk more about that in a minute. Balloon expedition time for the Alice one. That means your balloon times are going to take less time. If you're trying to grind out episode 14 for balloons, I believe before this buff it was like 11 hours for me, and now I think it's down to like an hour or 10 hours and 45 minutes. So it's not like a huge difference, but it could mean the difference of you doing an extra high-level balloon in the same day. So that could be important for you. Stamina regeneration time from Lilo and Stitch. So Lilo and Stitch, they're going to give you the ability to go through story mode more often. So that means if you're grinding out soul stones in dark mode, if you're trying to grind for toppings or topping pieces, if you're trying to get through master mode or get soul ascension cores, stamina jelly recharge time is going to be really important for you for that reason. The Peter Pan one, the train station, this one's a sneakily important one. The train station, it's hard. If you haven't properly set up your resource management in your kingdom and you don't have the time to be in game, then this one's going to be a tough one, because if your production's good and you're able to micromanage your production often, you can use this to grind out more rarities from the train station and gems and kingdom EXP from the station, just because of the faster train time. Now, if that's something you can't really do easily or you can't handle right now, this one might not be as impactful or beneficial to you. Aladdin with the Tree of Coin Wishes. So with the wishes, I've seen a very big divide. It's usually either been, I don't do the tree at all, I do just the initial tree, or I do all three of them. I've barely ever seen anyone that says, I do a couple of the chests and then I stop. It seems that once you get to chest number 2, you're like, screw it, I'm just going all the way. So I haven't really met anyone that's kind of in that between. If you are, though, comment. I want to hear why. I would love to hear that reasoning. But regardless, the Tree of Wishes, extra coinage is always going to help. We never know. Maybe a cookie at some point will release that their attack power is based on coins. I highly doubt that, just because that would be very not free-to-play friendly. But, you know, there could be more modes or more interactions to our coins and uses to use them in the game. So it matters and it's helpful. But whether that's a priority to you or not, we can discuss that. Beauty and the Beast. This one's a great one. Storage cells, 7. So just getting this one unlocked means that you get basically a free 3,000 gems worth of storage, and it's really nice. But the one that I like a little bit better is Cinderella, because that's storage materials, and you get a stack size of plus 10. So that means that for every stack that you're running that falls under storage material stack, because there's goods and then there's storage. So there's two different ones. If you have, you know, like, let's say your limit's 20 right now, and you have 10 additionally, and 30 being the new limit, you could free up potentially like 5 to 10 storage spaces. So that's really, really helpful for that reason. And it saves you from spending gems. It saves you from having to do lab technology upgrades for it right away. It helps you in a lot of different ways. So that one's a really good one, in my opinion. Mulan, this one's coins from battles. So you're always going to be doing battles. Always. 100% of the time. Doesn't matter if it's your normal story daily battles. Doesn't matter if it's your PvP battles. There's certain ones that you make coins from and some that you do not. but this one will have a continuous passive increase for your entire kingdom. So if you feel that you're not generating enough coins or that you would like to generate more right now, this one's probably going to be a good one for you for that reason. Pocahontas, once you get her and all of her stuff, this one is the storage goods default size. So as the materials you can upgrade, you can also get the goods. So maybe you just specifically need storage. You can get the Cinderella and the Pocahontas, and then you can increase your storage so much just because of those two buffs. So something that is recommended for that reason. Sleeping Beauty. This one's a really important one. Cookie House production speed. This is not going to change the time that it takes for the houses to finish producing. This is instead going to increase the amount of jellies that they are producing at a specific time. So, if your houses take 10 hours right now to max, they will still take 10 hours with this, but they will produce more EXP jellies within those 10 hours. So, if you're running low on EXP, that's an important one to get. Construction speed. Any of you that are stuck on castle level 15 and the 90 days that it takes to get that upgrade going, any of you that are trying to get new buildings produced or land uncovered, all the construction speed's going to help with that. That may be more crucial as time goes on, as they might focus more on development of the design part of the game, so you may need more construction speed upgrades, or maybe it's not something you're too terribly worried about and you can skip that for now. The Little Mermaid being the last one. This one's Tropical Soda Islands exploration time. I see this as a right now not huge one, but I think in the coming time very important. So as we may remember if you watched it, and if not, I'm going to explain right now. The dev now, they did unveil their plans of things they do want to upgrade. We've already seen it with bounties going from level 10 to level 12. So that's just something just as a precursor to what's going to keep happening. So that means that they will at some point be either adding more tropical islands, or they will be increasing them, or they will be upgrading them, or doing new modes with them. Something will eventually come with those tropical islands. And so with that in mind, the Tropical Soda Islands exploration time decreasing, that could be important in due time. Right now, it's going to help because you can get more passive resources all the time, but it's not like you need it right this moment kind of thing. But seeing as these are all limited things, you have to make these decisions very quickly because you only have a limited amount of time to get these materials, get these decors, get these cookies, and really make these choices. So my personal top 3, I would say, would be the Fountain of Abundant Speed, the Stamina Regeneration, and the EXP Jellies Cookie House Production Speed. So if you get Princess Aurora and her decors, if you get the Lilo and Stitch combo, and then you get the main Mickey and Friends cast, plus the decors, I think those are going to be your 3 most beneficial to start. Obviously, everything else is good. It's beneficial. Try to get them all if you can. But, importantly, these 3 things will have the biggest impact on your game over time, and they will have the most benefit that you can see for all of your cookies and getting them upgraded and getting them maxed out, because most of the time what I see is people either struggling to get promotions, people to getting 5 stars for cookies or ascensions, people having the lack of EXP jellies to get them leveled up to level 50, 60, 70. Those are the things I seem to see as the most complained about thing, and it's okay. It's fine for you to be upset about those things because it takes time. It really does. I think I've played this game for about 17 months now, and I can still only max a cookie like once every week or two, where I'm sure it takes you guys a lot longer, but if I was at my preferable time, I would only have to take like 2 days or something, but I'm still not at quite that level. I'm sure there's some players in the game that do have that amount of speed, but I just haven't unlocked everything yet, and that's okay. So discern what's going to be best for you, what's going to be most helpful for you in your gameplay, and try to go ahead and unlock the things required. Obviously, the gotcha is your lucky point, but you can save the stars to unlock specific pieces, whether it be cookies or decor. That's up to you guys. But the main thing is think about these buffs, because they are permanent passive buffs. Even when this temporary thing is over, you will still retain these buffs. And so they are 100% worth it to grab if you have the means to get them. I'd love to hear your feedback and comments, and I'd love to see your thoughts on this event. I'd love to see your thinking on the buffs, on which ones are specifically useful to you. I'd love to just hear from a free-to-play player on what you think would be the most impactful for your gameplay, since maybe spending is just 100% out of your limits or not something you wish to do at all. I would like to see that. Either way, thank you so much for stopping by, and I hope you all have a wonderful day.